Thanks. Hi, guys. My name is Dr. Casey Diatley, and I am the lecture instructor for Animal Science 101 this semester. We are so excited that you guys are joining us in this class this fall. Um, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview of how to prepare for our first week of class, as well as just a brief introduction to me. This is my office. It's a little bit messy. I am in Plumas Hall on campus, 206. And so feel free to come by, introduce yourself. If the door is open, I have an open door policy. Please stop by. We can chat about class stuff or anything else that is on your mind. So please always know that you are welcome to drop by if my office is open. In addition to that, I'll also have some designated office hours throughout the week, and that will be detailed out in the syllabus. All right, so just a couple of things to kind of prep you for starting class this week, since our first lab is on Monday, and then we also have labs on Tuesday as well. So we are starting or right out of the gate. So things are going to pick up very, very quickly. And so let me just shift and share my screen real quick. Takes me just a second. Right, there we go. So this class is really going to be an introduction to everything animal science. So our content is mostly going to focus on food animal species like pigs and goats and sheep and cattle and dairy cattle. And so we don't do a ton of companion animal stuff because our strength here at Chico State is food animals. However, a lot of the physiology, a lot of the health stuff, a lot of the nutrition principles, those things all cross over into the companion animal realm. So if you are a pre-veterinary science student and you want to focus or have dreams to focus on companion animal medicine, you're still in the right spot. So you're just going to get to learn a lot about the livestock species through your journey here at Chico State. All right, so just a quick overview of who the instructors are. So again, I am the lecture instructor. Even though lecture is online and asynchronous, you guys will be working through that on your own throughout the week. I am the one that is coordinating all of that this semester. So in the syllabus, it's detailed out how you can get a hold of me if you have any questions. And the majority of your questions are going to come to me. So we'll go over that in lab during week number 1. If you are in a lab on Monday, either at 11 a.m. or at 2 p.m. at the University Farm, Mr. Clay Carlson will be teaching those labs. He's our livestock judging coach, and he's alumni of Chico State, and he has been teaching here at Chico State for a very long time, like 20 plus years. And he has lots of experience with this animal science introduction class as well. And if you are in Tuesday labs, then you will get to learn from Dr. Crystal Parker, who is a meat scientist here at Chico State. And she is also alumni from our program. Some things to just realize is that the content that you are going to be working through, both in lecture, the video content, the worksheets, the study guides, the quizzes, as well as all of the lab material, was actually created by the instructor that usually teaches Animal Science 101, Mrs. Kate Moore. And Kate is on maternity leave this fall. If you go to Activate, or if you went to Activate, you may have got to meet her there. She will be back with us in the spring. And so Kate has taught Animal Science 101 for many, many years, and she has done a great job creating all of this really interactive content. And so you will be hearing her on the videos, you will be seeing snapshots of her family, you will be hearing a lot of her experiences because the class is online, and we'll be using primarily lecture videos to work through and learn about animal science. Just a few things about Kate. She is also alumni from Chico State. She got her undergrad degree here as well as her master's degree. She is from Butte County, so she is a native to this county that Chico State actually sets in, and she is a fifth generation rice farmer. Her and her husband own and operate the Farmer's Daughter Company, which is they do a lot of different things. So I'm just gonna, you can follow them on Instagram if you would like. So that information is there. And then Kate, again, she created all of this content, and so we want to make sure to credit her with all of the time and effort that she's put in. She loves this university, she loves this class, and she loves teaching first year students so much. But in the reason that we are using her content is because we want the education that you receive to be consistent with what students learned last year in Animal Science 101 and what students will learn in the following years with 101. So we don't want there to be any disconnect, even though the lecturers are kind of moving around. All right, so some things to expect in this class. First and foremost, this is can be a challenging class for some people. You're going to get a healthy balance of online work as well as hands-on activities out in the lab. You should really be prepared for every lab period that you come to the university farm to get dirty. So we'll go over what to wear at the farm, but just having that mentality from the beginning of class really helps us to shift our mindset into the things that we could experience during those times. Also at the farm, because we were dealing with livestock species, you are going to be exposed to really strong smells, loud noises, and a lot of different species of livestock animals. So this class has so much hands-on content that it might be a little bit overwhelming at first, and that's okay. Please just communicate those concerns with either myself or your lab instructor. And finally, something that you can expect in Animal Science 101 is a really rigorous structure. So because this is the first class typically that our students take in the animal science major or in the College of Agriculture, Kate has really structured this class to be very transparent, but also very rigorous. And so this class is intentionally designed to help you build really good habits so that you will be prepared to be successful in upper division courses where the content gets much harder and your time is much more limited. But overall, we just want you to know that we're really happy that you are with us this semester in Animal Science 101. All right, so really briefly, I want to give you an overview of what the class is going to look like. We will go over this more during the first week of lab. So first of all, the lecture is made up of two components, lecture and lab. You have to do both of those to pass the class. The lecture is going to be online and it will be facilitated through Canvas, and it will be asynchronous, which means that you have the autonomy to watch the videos and take the quiz on your own time throughout the week. The quizzes for the lecture will always be due every Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Okay, and that starts September 1st, Sunday, September 1st. No late work, no late quizzes will be accepted. So for example, if you have a connectivity issue and you waited until Sunday night to take the quiz and the internet is not working and you can't submit until 12:01 a.m. on Monday morning, I'm sorry, that is a zero for you. So please just be aware of that. Because this class is so big, we do not have the ability to give leeway on deadlines. However, we have built-in extra credit opportunities where you can make up those points or part of those points to an extent. So please just be aware of that. The second part of this class is going to be the laboratory component, and this is in person. So you physically need to get to the university farm for your designated lab section. All right, so each one of you are registered either Monday at 11 or at 2 p.m. or on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. or 2 p.m. with either Mr. Carlson or Dr. Parker, respectively. And so starting week 3, what you're going to need to do is to print off print off and complete the pre-lab assignment. And you will print off and bring with you the lab activity. Both of those things are going to be in the lab notebook that is available on Canvas. This first week, we know it's going to be super hectic. All we want is for you really just to figure out how to get to the university farm. We will have printouts for you for week 1, but starting week 3, you're going to need to bring those with you to the university farm. So I'll give you some tips and tricks when we get into lab during week 1. So some things to prepare for the first lab. So read the syllabus. So you guys all have access to Canvas. And once the class is published and you can get on Canvas over the weekend or Monday morning, please read through the syllabus. That will help you be successful in this class. The second thing is to think about how you're going to get to the university farm. There are 2 main options there. The first is a free farm shuttle. There will be more information about that on Canvas. So basically, the farm shuttle will pick students up at the corner of First and Ivy next to the parking structure at either 11 or 2 p.m., depending on when your lab time is. It takes about 10 minutes to get out to the university farm. You will be there in plenty of time for the labs to start at 11:15 or 2:15 p.m. Anytime we have classes out at the university farm, the class doesn't start until 15 minutes after the designated or scheduled start time because we know it takes a little bit of time to commute to the farm. The second option for you to get to the farm for your lab is driving yourself. So the address is here. You can plug it into like a MapQuest or Google Maps or Apple Maps, whatever you use, and you can navigate out there. It's about 5 miles away and will take you about 10 minutes to get out there. Some things to just be aware of when you come to lab is what to wear and what to bring. So please wear closed-toed shoes. Okay, also wear comfortable shoes because we're going to be walking a lot during week 1. We're going to do a tour and it's going to be a walking tour of all the livestock units. I highly recommend wearing pants, jeans specifically. If you have long hair, please tie that back. We will be in a laboratory setting, so we want to start establishing some good habits. So we'll need our hair out of our face. I would also recommend bringing water. We have a water station out at the farm, so you can fill up out there if you need. But bring water because we're going to be walking around, and chances are it could be pretty hot. So we don't want anybody to get dehydrated. And I would also recommend bringing a clipboard to take notes on. That way you have something to secure the lab handout that you're going to be packing around on our tour. So just again, be aware there's going to be lots of walking on the first week of lab. And we will have handouts for you. You don't need to worry about printing anything off for the first week. All right. Once you get to the university farm, if you are on a shuttle, the shuttle is going to drop you off right in front of the classrooms. All you need to do is find classroom 101. It's at the very end on the east side, and come on in. So the door may be shut because we're trying to keep the cool air in, but just know that you can come on in. If you are driving yourself, the farm is undergoing a lot of construction right now. So if you're driving yourself, our parking has changed a little bit. And so you will see signs that designate new areas for student parking. And if this is your first time to the farm, that's okay. This is going to be new. Please just park in the student parking section. After that, you can walk across this road right here and to the classrooms, which were over here on this side. So just walk toward this big metal building. We are in the middle of some really exciting construction at the university farm. We have not had a new building at the university farm in a very, very, very long time. And over the next year, we will be building the new education center, which will contain the farm store, the farm office, and some classroom space. And so that is what is going on. Things are a little chaotic at the farm. There's lots of equipment moving. There's going to be a lot of students around. And of course, there's our wonderful staff um, out at the university farm. So please just be aware of equipment moving, vehicles moving, animals moving, that type of thing. And so we just ask you to be extra cautious as you are navigating around the farm. Again, once you get to the farm, if you are parking in student parking, you're going to walk across this road. And let me see if I can annotate this. And as you walk across the road, you are going to head to this end of the classrooms. So Animal Science 101 is in Classroom 101. And so it's pretty easy to remember. That's total fluke. We did not plan that. But it is down here at the very end of the classroom. So just walk that way and come on into Classroom 101. And I'm not sure how to unannotate these days. So here we go, eraser. That's what we need. There we go. All right, so some ways you can prepare for a lab. Again, I want to reiterate a lot of this stuff because sometimes it takes hearing it more than once. So if you have long hair, please wear it tied back. Wear closed-toed shoes and long pants is what we prefer. If you are issued safety gear in the class, then please keep the safety gear on your body until you're instructed to remove it by the lab instructor. Some things to be aware of because these classes are so big and there's so much going on at the university farm. Cell phone use is going to be prohibited during anything to do with laboratory or animal handling events. Okay, if you are needing to communicate or you're waiting for a text to come through from family or something like that, that is okay. We realize that those things happen, but please just communicate with the lab instructor, and just tell them, hey, I'm kind of expecting a text message or something from home. Do you mind if I check my phone a couple times throughout lab? We would rather know than not know at that point. And so we also want you to be really present, especially during times of animal handling. So we're gonna probably invite you to leave your cell phones in the locked classroom when we go to do animal handling events. So just be aware of that. And that is all for safety purposes so that you don't get hurt. Some other things to just be aware of out at the university farm. Please do not get in pens or pastures without instructor permission. Be cautious around moving equipment and vehicles. That will be amplified over the course of the next year because of the construction. And we also encourage you to watch the preparation playlist, which is linked on Canvas in the very first module. And then, if possible, please complete the pre-lab assignment, which is located in the lab notebook, before you come to lab this week. So that is highly recommended. It will kind of put you a little bit ahead of where you need to be and get you kind of up to date with the terminology that is going to be used during the first lab. All right, so when we get to lab on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what section you're in, we will take an in-depth dive into looking at what the syllabus is and how Canvas works. So I hope that this has given you a little bit of an overview of what to expect for the first week as you prepare to get to the university farm, and give you some options for getting to the farm and just make it a little bit more clear. We don't want anybody to walk around lost. But if you do, that's okay. There's lots of friendly people out at the farm. Just stop them and ask them where the classroom is, or whatever else your need is. So we are very, very excited to have you in Animal Science 101, and I look forward to meeting all of you during week 1. Thanks.